Today I'm going to be taking the front wheel off my 2008 Concours and peeling the old tire off and taking a look at the tire pressure sensor battery. I'm going to take a look, see if we can get that battery replaced today. So the first thing you want to do to take these front wheels off is remove the brake caliper. So you got a number 6 hex here and a number 6 hex here. Once you have it off, it's just the 2 bolts. Good time to check your brake pads. Here we are on the other side. Same thing, 1, 2, take them off. So we're back on the right side of the bike, if you were sitting on the bike. This is your axle here, pinch bolts here. There's pinch bolts on both sides, but you only want to loosen up this side because you need the other side to hold. Again, just a number 6, and you don't have to take them out, just loosen them up. For the axle bolt, it's some enormous hex wrench. Some guy on a forum years ago found that a 13/16 spark plug wrench, let's see here, fits it perfectly. So what you do is you take a 13/16 spark plug socket, you pull the rubber insert out, and then you just insert your extension till it locks in. And there you go. Once it doesn't seem like it's coming out anymore, I just take an extension, put it in backwards, otherwise it'll fit right through it, and just give it a tap with a rubber mallet. And that usually will get it to come out this side enough that you can grab it. So you just want to lift on the wheel, or place a foot under it. There you go. It's just a matter of wiggling it until it comes all the way up. So as you saw, I just popped, there's 2 of these, one on each side. I just popped those out. That gets the tire to be able to slide out rather than taking the whole fender off. So now I gotta wrestle the tire off. I'm not gonna film that, but basically I put it up on 2 blocks of wood to protect the brake rotor. I'm going to let the air out of the tire. I'm going to lube it up and wrestle it off. Okay, so I got the tire off. As you can see, here's the sensor. There's a little bit of soap on there. And then there is a hex. It is a number 5. I thought the screws were in here to get this off, but I don't see it. So they must be on the other side. I've never taken one of these off before, but it does have a number 5 hex. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab a wrench here and give this a turn and see what it does. You got a spring here. Set that over there. Okay, and then that came out of there. So I can feel there's a screw underneath this sticker, so I'm going to go ahead and peel that sticker, see what's under there. Oh, the sticker came off quite nicely. Looks like a little Torx screw in there. I'm going to see if I can find a Torx for it. Okay, so I did find a Torx that does fit it. I believe it is an 8. Pop this guy open and see what's inside. Okay, so I got that screw out of there. Looks like these little white tabs here, right there, and right there are clips that are holding this in along with that screw. So let me get a small screwdriver. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to work those, oops, that side. I'm just going to work the screwdriver between those white clips. There we go. So putting a little pressure on the white cover with my hand here and then popping the clips seems, there we go, seems to open it right up. There's our battery. As you can see here, it's kind of like dented in. I don't know if it's like a cold solder or what it is, but that's what's connecting to that battery there. So it's not like I can just slip this battery out and replace it. Of course not. Why would they make it that easy? So I just got to figure out what's connected to what here and see what I got to do to replace it. So I'm going to tear into this a little bit more and see what I can find. So with the ever slight tug, I was able to actually separate the plastic from the battery here. Okay, so I reached out to Batteries Plus and asked them if they had anything like this with leads already on it. The two that I called, one told me to call another store. I called the other store and they told me they didn't have such a thing. So I'm going to be running over to my local Fleet and Farm and seeing what they have. Hopefully I will be able to come up with something to create this battery. Otherwise I'm going to have to order one online. So I picked up these. I am also going to be using this, some solder, some scrap wire that I dug out of my garbage can, and I am going to solder a lithium battery. Now, I know lithium batteries do not like heat, so I am just kind of hoping I can do a quick solder before it gets too hot. I don't really know. I have no idea what I'm doing, but we'll give it a try, see what happens. Alright, so we got a battery. Got my soldering iron right here. Got my leads right here. I have to run into the basement because I bought this thinking that it was soldering paste, and it's not. If you read it, says it's not soldering paste. So I literally had to run to the store and grab this. Anyway, so here's my plan. Okay, so I'm going to take this guy, which positive side, negative side, positive side, negative side, and hope it doesn't blow up. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this sandpaper and just rough that up just a little bit so I get good contact with it. Same thing with this side. Just enough. Okay. So my plan is I'm just going to take a little dab of this. Smear it around right there-ish. Is just get a big blob of solder on the end of my soldering iron. And what I want to do is I want to just hit this for a few seconds, maybe 5 seconds, and hope that it sticks without blowing up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Okay, let's see here what we got. We'll let that cool off. I was on there for, I counted to 5, but it wasn't even enough to get the battery warm. What I want to check next, I'll wipe it off because it's sticky. I want to check the solder for how good it's stuck to this battery. So I'll just pick at it a little bit, make sure I can't chip it off or anything like that. I want to make sure it's a good solid fit. And it seems to be good. So let's do the back side now. So I'm just going to put a little flux on there. Wipe it on there right where I sanded it a little bit. Same thing, I'm going to do a glob of solder. I'm going to hit it nice. I want to hit it with just the flat side of the iron. I don't want to hit it with the tip. I want to hit it just flat so it really spreads that heat out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see that one? See more ball, but that side is textured more too. But this one here, that one flattened out real nice. That one went on just perfectly. This one here, more of a glob, but it's solid. It's on there. I mean, I can't just pop it off of there or anything, but it's just more of a glob, and I think that's this texture on here. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. How it's textured like that. I think that didn't allow the solder to spread. I'm gonna go with the thinner wire. That's way too thick. I'm literally pulling this wire out of my garbage can. Alright, so hoping that we can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Okay, so I mean, that's on there. That's not coming off of there, no matter what I do. Same steps for the hot side. A little flux on there. A little flux on the wire. Super hot iron. A little BB of solder. And we'll just hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. And that's it. It's cooled off. Those wires are on there super solid. I used way too much solder on there, but we'll see how it works. So my next steps are to remove this battery here, and then I'm going to tie these in. I'm going to just solder these in like so, and I'm hoping that the whole thing will fit back into the case. So the battery's attached. You can see a little lead coming down there, and the same thing on this side with that little lead, and then it has these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that right there. There it goes. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Just cut that right, sorry, there. Okay, so that's off of there. So now all I have left is these two guys here. Just these two guys there, which I can solder my wires to. I'm going to cut these guys off right here. So, there. Strip that back. I'm going to use a basic same method, quick. A little flux on the wire, a little flux on each tab. I'm just going to dip them in and out. Same thing. So, super hot iron, dot of flux, dot of solder. I'm just going to hit it real fast with the side. I'm going to put this on there. Of course, right in my way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It didn't transfer heat up to the board like I thought it would, and that seems good and solid. Let me wiggle around on it a little bit. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So that's it. Just soldered it back on. My original plan is to go like this and then loop those two wires up and over. So those wires should fill that cavity and make it so it just holds it together. Okay, so this piece here, that goes back through there. The spring goes on this side, just like that. Kind of snaps in there actually, kind of holds it. And then this whole thing goes over the top. It just kind of floats around in there. So that's it for today. I'm gonna have to get the tires on order. Once I get them on order, I will get them on the bike and take it for a ride and test it out and see what happens. Hopefully it'll work. All right, we are back in business. Got our new front tire put on. I'm just gonna grab a little 2x4. Yeah, roll this tire back, place it underneath there, and just kind of roll the tire. Oh, one of my spacers just fell out. There we go. There it goes. Again with the backwards spark plug socket. Insert it in there. Apparently the torque spec on this is 93.7 pounds. Oh, not easy to do. Then these little buggers, the clamp bolts, are 15 pounds. Oh, feels like a lot though for such a small bolt. While I didn't take the other side apart at all, I like to just check them, make sure they're in spec. Alright, next step, the front tire, is to put the brake calipers back on. I have brake pads on order for this. There it goes. But they're stuck in Kentucky for some reason. I'm blocking my light. There we go. 1 bolt, 2 bolts. I have to take this to 25 pounds. That's 25. That's 25. Same thing on the other side. Just take my word for it. I'm doing the same exact thing over here. I'm actually done. I kind of felt like there was more to do, but that was it. Put the tires back on. I really feel like there was more to do, but there wasn't apparently. So I got the tires back on, and everything should be ready to go, ready to be tested. So after a quick outfit change, do a quick outfit change, and we should be ready to go. Got it on front, rear. Let the bike warm up for just a minute here. I have no idea what the pressure is in the tires. It's whatever the dealership set it at. All right, let's see what she does. What is rattling? Oh, you know what? I didn't put the front fender back on. I'm missing 2 bolts out of the front fender. I don't think that can come down low enough to... No, we're not going far. And we're gonna avoid some bumps. It worked. I have been staring at that thing flashing at me, telling me that the battery's low for 2 years. Look at that. That is a beautiful thing. Now I gotta go put my fender back on. Goodness. So the project was a success. I don't think I'm standing in the right spot. Anyways, the project was a success. The last step, now that I know everything is working, is to find my fender bolts and put those back in, because I forgot to put them back in. But I have no idea where they are. I wonder if I said in the video where I put them. Found them. There we go. We'll put them back in quick. I can totally put this back in the video and make it look like I never forgot. There we go. Done.